Do you want me to talk about Genshin Impact, or do you want me to talk about Hyrule Warriors?
I actually want to play Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, Hyrule Warriors, yeah.
It's got a Dynasty Warriors jank game.
Wait, which one?
Go.
Which one?
The original.
The original? Okay, gotcha.
Yes, let me take you way, way back. Where are you?
Oh boy, we're going back.
Oh wow!
Viewers at home, we have a visual bit coming up.
I have so many visual bits. Hang on.
We'd love to see it.
I love it.
Incoming prop.
I have Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition on my Switch. I need to go back and actually play. That game there's a lot of content in that goddamn game.
Oh, was the Hyrule Warriors where they introduced Linkle?
Yeah,
or was that another game?
Yes, that's the one, yeah.
Yes.
The internet went crazy over Linkle.
I am going to take you back to 2014 on the Wii U.
Yeah. Link was styling that scarf.
Nintendo
He was.
decided
That scarf was balling.
Can I flip my video? I want to flip my video because everything's backwards right now.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Hang on.
Yeah, it's backwards for you. It's like 4 for us, I think.
Yeah, we see it. We see it correctly.
Yeah, we see it.
We can read it correctly.
Okay, cool.
Hence my nonsense I got going on down here.
Awesome. Cool. So you can see that. 2014 Hyrule Warriors, which if you've ever played the Dynasty Warriors franchise,
yes, sir,
you know what you're getting yourself into, because it's that, but with Zelda characters. If you have never played Dynasty Warriors, basically what you're looking at, normally with The Legend of Zelda, you are playing a lone individual, the great hero of Hyrule, whatever iteration it happens to be. You are traveling by yourself into different parts of the land, diving into dungeons, solving puzzles, defeating enemies, saving the day. Hyrule Warriors, you're in the middle of a freaking war.
Mm-hmm.
And you are being accosted by hundreds, if not thousands of enemies. And instead of necessarily commanding your forces in combat, it is you being this overpowered super warrior, literally mowing everything down.
It's so good.
Sounds like a fun time.
I love Dynasty Warriors games. They're jank, but they're fun.
It is legitimately a fun time. Because
I like good Dynasty Warrior games. Yes, there is a difference because
there's a huge difference.
Because
you are running into different sections. You are claiming different parts of the map for your forces, and you are prioritizing different objectives in order to deal with dangerous opponents, killing bosses, battling giant monsters. Because of course this is Zelda, you got to have some of that. And eventually saving Hyrule as one is wont to do in the Zelda franchise.
Yep.
That was this. This was 2014 on the Wii U. Since it was the Wii U, not a lot of people had it.
The game was fun.
So, in 2016, they released it again.
The new 3DS version.
On the 3DS.
Yes, we're ran stable.
This is Hyrule Warriors Legends. It's the exact same game, if a little bit smaller, but they also added in characters from the Wind Waker. They added in the Skull Kid from Majora's Mask, and they added in a fan favorite, the female Link, Linkle. She wields dual crossbows. She is adorable, and we love her.
Yeah.
Linkle own game.
So,
has Linkle ever rise up?
I was actually one thing I just thought about it. I'm surprised that we did not see.
Never existed until that exact game.
Yeah, and then never again.
I'm surprised that Smash did not put Linkle in as a skin.
She's not. Yeah, that would have been. I mean, she would have to have her own. Slot.
She's a sticker.
I mean, it's partially because she has a completely different moveset.
Yeah, she has like twin crossbows and things.
Don't people also make a fuss saying that Hyrule Warriors isn't canon?
Yeah, but.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in there.
The timeline is stupid.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
The official Zelda timeline is stupid. The timeline should have never existed. Stop thinking about the timeline. It's dumb.
I was about to actually ask you a question about the timeline earlier, but now I know better not to.
He said it's objectively stupid. Don't think about it.
Look. Okay. First off, I mean, look at the timeline as it is presently constituted. It's
you get to Ocarina of Time, and then it branches in 5 different directions.
Exactly. It's absolutely unnecessarily overly complicated because you are trying to connect together games that were never designed to be connected together.
Even though they reference... theorist, I'm offended.
Lamau.
they reference each other because it's the same franchise.
That's all you got.
There are some key features that hold everything together. The hero, the princess, the force of evil, the Triforce. These are the core principles that hold the mythos of Hyrule together. But they are legends. And because they are legends, this is not an official history. These are tales told in the annals of Hyrule's royal family since time immemorial.
Jesus Christ.
And so
Link, remember that time, young man, when Zelda folded Ganon with a chair? I remember that.
Good times. Good times.
Table speed run win.
Unless the game specifically indicates that it is following a previous game, like the first 2 Zelda games, Ages and Seasons, Ocarina
Spirit
of
Tracks,
Mask.
Phantom Hourglass.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you need to worry about, because
but Nintendo,
everything else. Nintendo put it out because everyone kept clamoring for it. Fans do not know what they want. It turns out fans are stupid sometimes.
Wait, so you mean to tell me that rock I saw in Link's crossbow training was not a reference to the rock I saw in the middle of Wind Waker when I was going over there to the second temple?
Wait. I gotta walk you back on something. You said the fans are stupid. You're a fan, though.
Yes, and I am stupid.
He's self-aware. That's called character development.
This is the level of this is where people lose the thread when it comes to any kind of critical thinking. You need to remember that you yourself are horribly flawed in any kind of analysis that you undertake. You can be wrong.
But what if I don't want to be
even when
wrong?
you're right?
I just want Link to have that scarf.
That scarf is pretty badass.
God, that was a nice scarf.
We had Hyrule Warriors, we had Hyrule Warrior Legends, and then finally, 2 years after that, they put both of them together in the Hyrule's Definitive Edition, which you can have on the Nintendo Switch. This came out in 2018.
And the game runs in actually a pretty decent 60, I think.
It does quite well.
Yeah.
I have been working on getting 100% in this game.
That's a lot of game.
Since December of 2023.
It's a lot of game. It's a shit.
A lot of game.
I have basically been taking every Monday on my streams, along with anytime I feel like doing it on my own time, getting this thing done.
Because adventure mode alone is just a lot of content.
Yeah,
here's what you have.
Warriors games are long.
You have Legend mode, which is the story mode of the game. The story is fun. It's a really solid story for a Hyrule Warriors game. It's really good. It's encased in the lore of the Zelda franchise, and it has the kind of fan service that you kind of expect from this kind of game. And it's amazing, and I love it. Then there's Adventure mode, which gives you the opportunity to go onto a map of the original Legend of Zelda, and every single square has challenges for you to accomplish. Fight this particular amount of enemies in a certain amount of time. Deal with this particular battle scenario. Stuff like that. Every single one gives you a chance to obtain new weapons, new outfits, or items to unlock things in a different part of the map. Unfortunately, there's more than one map. There's about a dozen of them.
Yeah, it's a lot of game.
There's one for the Legend of Zelda. There's one for Link's Awakening. There's one for Twilight Princess. There's one for Link Between Worlds. There's one for Wind Waker. There's like double for some of them. And they're all massive. And there's stuff for all of them. And you gotta do them all if you want to get 100%.
Warriors games are always a doozy. That is a grind.
And then there's challenge mode.
So I got a dumb question here. Dumb question.
Okay.
What is it with game devs make these games that are clearly meant for kids, grab a younger audience, making these nigh impossible ass motherfucking challenges for collectibles and shit that makes you question your sanity and your will to live?
Because sometimes you only need one game.
You only need one game. It's $60 a pop. You only need one game.
I had a friend on my stream. He was like, you could just buy this for your kid and be like, okay, once you're done with this game, we'll get you a new one. You don't have to buy them another game for 5 years.
Just be like,
for real.
This game got a sequel.
I've actually thought about that as well because I remember playing a game where I remember as a kid, I don't know how I played this, I don't know how I figured this out. Because as an adult, this is giving me such a hard time. And kind of find out because as a kid, you have such a hard dedication to trying to get through a thing. Where you, like, as a kid, you're relentless. As an adult, your patience becomes a lot less limited.
Yeah, it's like
on top of that, you got to worry about having a job.
We forget how much free time children have. Remember, like, think about the game that you like, and how much time you put into that game. And the game is only like 8 hours long, but you logged hundreds of hours into that video game because you just liked it. So just give them a lot of shit.
Part of it's the era that you are living in.
Yeah.
So if we look back at particularly the NES era, those are the direct sequels of arcade games.
Yes.
Arcade games were designed to take your money.
Yeah, quarter munchers.
They were designed to take your money. So they are mercilessly difficult. Additionally, if they were too easy, then you would finish a game in like no time flat because they had less data than a photo you take on your phone.
Case in point, friend of the show, Gino, and I, we went to Round 1 arcade with some other friends. We've sat down and finished the new House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, House of the Dead's like you
can fit it on a flash drive. Hard, though.
You can fit it on a flash drive.
You can fit it on your phone.
Yeah.
Your phone is House of the Dead now.
Okay.
And so when you start translating that into further and further games, you're able to you have so much to work with in terms of space and graphics and all these cool things that you can do, but at the same time, a lot of these things that you take for granted adds up.
Oh, every time.
Like you said, the game itself, Hyrule Warriors runs amazingly at its current setup. But as it turns out, it doesn't take all of that much in order to do...
The game's made out of nothing.
And so, you're suddenly like, oh, well, we could do this. We have more space. We could do this. And we could do this. And we could do this.
Yeah.
A lot of the things that end up on the...
Let's just give them more to do because they're going to get bored.
Replay value is an essential part of a game. You want to be able to enjoy something not just once, but more than once, because that increases your attachment to it. From a sales perspective, it means I'm going to tell you, oh my gosh, I have logged X amount of hours into this game because I love it so much. You should play it too. And thus, it builds. And so the more that you have to work with, the more you're like, oh, I am engaged. There's more to do. But of course, there's a limit to that because I've been working on this thing for over 10 days worth straight.
Yep.
My Nintendo Switch in review logged 270 plus hours in this game.
Your Switch is like, please, I want to sleep.
Meanwhile,
come on, one more level.
Meanwhile, my PC's like, hey, bud, you left me on for like the 8th day in a row. Run this game on the highest setting.
I've gotten through all of the adventure maps. Those are done. I've gotten through Legend Mode. I actually need to go through Legend Mode again on the hardest level difficulty because there's an achievement attached to it. I need to get through all of Challenge Mode at this point.
You sound like me with Devil May Cry.
LOL, yeah. There you go.
I am a shameless completionist about games that I love, particularly Zelda. I have gotten 100% on every single Zelda game except for this and for Minish Cap. The only reason I haven't been able to do Minish Cap is because getting 100% involves collecting kinstones.
Oh yeah, and you got to do the link cable
that
thing, right?
randomly show up in the field.
Oh, yeah,
and so you're basically dependent on an RNG to get your 100%, and that's just...
I hate RNG dependent. I hate RNG dependent collectibles.
That also means he's gotten all the Korok seeds twice over.
I have gotten all the Korok seeds in both games, and I will never do it again unless I get some kind of, like, I don't know...
Unless they pay you to do something.
Exactly!
Must say, so let me make you angry by saying, to this day, I have played more than a few different Zelda games. Ask me how many of them I've beaten.
None of them, probably.
None?
I have not beaten a single one.
I'm sorry.
You're lost, kid.
I am not the person to shame someone for not enjoying or not finishing a game.
Oh no, they're fun. I just never had the chance because it's either I didn't own it or through circumstances that wasn't mine, the game went missing.
Yeah.
That's
Don't you want my expansion pack? My family plan?
Yes.
You have at least 8 Zelda games that you can play right now.
The Virtual
excuse.
Console on the
That's
NES
crazy.
has 2. The Virtual Console on Super Nintendo has Link to the Past. And then you have the Game Boy Advance, which has Minish Cap. You have the N64, which has Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
You have all the essentials just there.
You really do.
Holding up virtual dust.
If I were to give you my recommendations, start with either Link to the Past or Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, good ones.
Those are good ones.
Link to the Past sets up the general mythos of Hyrule, the Triforce, the Master Sword, the pre-elements of the Kingdom of Hyrule, and everything that Zelda is based on, as well as introducing you to the general Zelda formula, as it's so called. Ocarina of Time introduces the 3D aspect, and it really brings in the cinematic story and character building that Zelda is particularly well known for.